Now an exclusive Lighthouse report, a $760,000 payday for a Shorewood woman. Police arrested her inside her home without a warrant.
Lawyers believe it is the largest civil rights settlement without an injury or death in state history, and it was all caught on camera.
Stephanie, police! Show police!
Gentlemen, do you have a warrant?
We're here for a community caretaker, okay?
The woman you see here is Stephanie Rapkin. She spit on a Black Lives Matter protester in the summer of 2020 and was eventually convicted of disorderly conduct.
But the incident that resulted in this massive payment to Rapkin stems from what happened the next day at her home. Lighthouse reporter Ben Jordan shows us what led up to the arrest and why Rapkin's attorneys claim it shows an unconstitutional search and seizure.
This is the chick that did the spitting on the kid's face.
Surveillance video takes us to the home of Stephanie Rapkin on June 7th, 2020.
What's going on?
336,
Is that number over there?
Witness that we have on video.
Okay.
She came out, she was friends with Jade, she pushed him.
Officers respond to an assault complaint from a small group of protesters gathered outside.
You people are so incredibly stupid, it isn't funny.
You spit on a 17-year-old kid.
This man tells officers Rapkin came out of her home and shoved him. She then went inside her home and locked the door.
What happens if she doesn't come out?
We're working on that.
Stephanie, it's the police. Please come to the door.
Officers pounded on her door for about 30 minutes, making it clear to each other they were here to arrest her,
If she comes out, arrest her.
with no mention of obtaining a warrant.
She called me about 20 minutes ago.
A neighbor then tells one officer that Rapkin took a sleeping pill 12 hours earlier.
I know she took a dose this morning, and then probably another couple of doses because she couldn't get to sleep. So
she's taking multiple doses of sleeping medication?
I don't know. She might.
Police decide they're going to break into the locked home to do a welfare check. And several officers
Stephanie, police!
enter with service weapons drawn. Body camera video shows Rapkin walk down the stairs.
Gentlemen, do you have a warrant?
We're here for a community caretaker, okay?
Community caretaker, I'm perfectly fine. I am sleeping.
Where she was arrested in her dining room.
Turn around for her. Put your money back. Thank you.
You're gonna arrest me in my own home? No.
Don't start.
Don't.
Got it. Yep, I got it arrested.
For sleeping in my own home?
No, for assaulting an individual outside.
Then a scuffle ensues.
I am a survivor.
What is your problem? Relax.
I am
Relax.
survivor.
Okay, well, you don't knee me in my groin. You understand me? What is wrong with you?
Holly, did she strike you?
Yep, she did. Battery to an officer.
Rapkin was escorted out of her home
Great, you broke open my door.
No, you weren't answering us.
to an applause from protesters outside as she's put in the patrol vehicle. After the arrest, Rapkin, an attorney herself, hired lawyers to file a federal civil rights lawsuit. Her attorney, James Odell, says the case is all about a violation of the Fourth Amendment, which protects people from unreasonable searches and seizures by the government.
Do you think this is an example of police misconduct? Our claim is that it was. I think that if you watch the videotape, I think that reasonable minds could conclude from that the police officers here had a really easy route to avoid trouble, which is just call a judge.
Odell says if police were truly there to enter the home for a welfare check, they should have left the home after realizing she was safe.
You're not allowed to stick around and then hope that you get the opportunity to do police activity when you were really supposed to be there just to make sure everyone was safe.
Shorewood's response to the complaint denied any wrongdoing, and the village manager told me residents don't have to pay for the $760,000 settlement because it was covered by insurance. Odell says the lawsuit could have been avoided altogether if police had gotten a warrant.
The law is very simple. You should get a warrant unless there's very specific circumstances. And what that means is that there has to be an emergency, and the emergency has to be so pressing that you just don't have time to talk to the judge to get the approval. We understand that police officers have to make split-second decisions sometimes to protect us and to catch bad guys. But, you know, our claim here is that if you have enough time to sit around and debate what you're going to do, you have enough time to pick up the phone and call a judge.
While Rapkin's lawyers were happy to talk, their client turned down my request for an interview. Shorewood's police chief tells me none of the officers involved in this incident were suspended or disciplined for their actions.
Ben Jordan was able to bring you this story because somebody sent him a tip in an email. If you know about a news story and you want us to know about it, visit tmj4.com/tips or reach out through social media. Ben and the Lighthouse team are dedicated to shining a light on issues that impact us here in Southeast Wisconsin.